spec. This one, I'm gonna be in the background. I'm gonna do some chi exercises while I let you listen to the message from one of the Kozos. Yeah, I'll let you hear the message from one of the Kozos. Bigging up Elijah Bay, Luminous TLC, 67 King 13. And listen, this is a dab of
dangerous.
Let's go again.
Dangerous times.
Remind you.
These are very, very wonderful times. These are very horrible times. They are whatever your vibrations bring in. Your thoughts are things. What you think of and what you fear, you have to think about. If you love something, you think about it. If you fear something, you think about it. Either way, you're drawing it to you. We have choices here. And the choices we make ought to be made very carefully. Because the choices we make now will pretty much bring what our souls have asked for and maybe don't want. You know what they say, be careful what you ask for? These are times, as I say, I understand our planet is under quarantine. We've got 13 different kind of alien and extraterrestrial races intermingling with us right now. Some of them are much different looking, so the government hides them in underground places and laboratories and islands and stuff like this. But these are times of choice. It's a time now where concentrated thought and spirituality must be used. It will be used either for you or against you. You can join the party and begin to also use it, or be subject to anybody that's using it upon you because you don't have enough energies or sense or awakened enough to begin to use it yourself. These are dangerous times. These are forbidding times. These are wonderful times. These are glorious times. It's glorious for those who now can awaken and see the power within and begin to lift that veil of Maya and understand what really religion is, what really race is, what really this planet is. And only when you awaken to a problem can you do anything to solve it. This is a time for solving it, not a time for fear. But if you don't do anything, I say be very fearful. Because if you go into some of these hospitals, take some of these drugs, go out and do the things they're telling you to, breathing the air that's bad and eating the food that's bad, yes, you're going to have problems because you're not going to be able to wake your immune system up, and you're going to be subject to whatever they want. And this is what they do. They put chips in you, make you a slave, and use you like they've been for the longest. We're on a planet that you can have things that change into other things. They call that morphing. You have a planet where you get seeds and things sprout from it, but in the seed itself is a pattern of what's going to be. That's like in the acorn is an oak. In our DNA is what we could be. But we have broken DNA, which lets us know that they had to break this DNA in order for us to stay on this planet. When we reunite that DNA and we start going up into the highest sapora, the tree of life, now this planet couldn't even begin to hold us. This is why we then can create the Merkaba, the Ka and the Ba of Allah, the vehicle of travel of light. We light in our mind. We're instantaneously wherever we think we are. That's what a God does. Now you're getting past third dimension to fourth dimension. These devices that you see that we call UFOs, and some call it auroral fleets, and some have all kind of other names for it, are simply fourth dimensional devices using the basic magnetic field. We can actually use org energy, which is past any magnetism. We can begin to use shifts of light and go and recreate anything we want. They can't do that. But when you have a soul, you can travel anywhere you want to. Now they realize that we're getting into the fourth dimension. That's what these new suns are bringing about. But once we get into fourth dimension, there's a dimension behind it. And I use the Matrix movie as a guide. The people were in what they call a third dimension. They got into these chairs in this matrix, plugged in, and then they began to live in their dreams and thoughts. That was fourth dimension. At the end of the fourth dimension, when Neo became one, Neo left the fourth dimension and went on to the fifth dimension. Our planet itself has been granted the right to go from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. That's unheard of. That's like going from pre-kindergarten to postgraduate school.
I'm on a mission from Almighty God, so I don't owe it to none of y'all no explanation or anything that I'm doing as a grown man. But if you have an issue with something that I'm saying, take it up with me.
Thank you.
Good place from my SoundCloud tunes. Heaven must have sent me, baby, cause the whole world is acting real crazy. I'm in my home, but they think that I'm the lazy. They don't understand the most it raised me. I came back with the real light G, but you don't see me because you freak see. Yeah, your frequency is on a low G. Once you wake up, then you probably see B. Yo, I was YB, yeah, to the OB. Like a ninja man, visible shinobi. Dropping gems, but the dealer didn't hold me. They didn't really get to know me. He didn't need to know me, but just to hear me. I come with a message from DD. Yeah, DD, Almighty. Yeah, Lord, have mercy. Yo, the train is coming, Thomas Tank of Percy. If they don't see it, then they must be. I don't understand this company up to build the matrix. People place, they play in the tricks. People get caught in the tricks. Don't you understand there's too many tricks? Taking your mind off the vision. Real life is a real mission. Go inside, turn on ignition. You're the ancient ones, come back before you fade to black to white. You're not that, go inside, see your spirit color, that's right. First we go for Rust, but let's go for some new, this is a new selection from the depths of the sea. From the depths of the sea, I'll be back like emergency. 999, yeah, I'm raising up the frequency. This is deeper like the most I in me. Ruach Hakodesh, I speak like it's urgency. Yeah, when I speak, I say set my people free. What? You will understand this like the military. What? Yeah, this is deep, physically, spiritually. You will catch it in your sleep if you don't see. Try to escape it round and round over 3D. This is it, try to escape, that is me, G. 30XC, that's what I come see. They get attracted to Brexit, but not me. There's nothing they can do, they cannot stop me. See, I like that, the most I inside the way. I come back like the crowd, I'm not winning tree. Master the breath, but then you find a good big. I am, say I am when I come. I come the wisdom and the victim. They take shots of darts and then they hit themselves. Nothing themselves is on the top shelf. Came to bring the truth, one, yeah. Most I come to bring the truth, one. Fire in the roof, brimstone, hailstones, lightning, chemtrails, stop this new hell. On your food stores and like me, go in and stop, let it start to me, you don't care, yeah. And that's the real horror movie. When you see him, they watching the TV. While the TV's watching you back, they give you colors, yeah, you're white or you're black. You're a birth certificate, now you don't know who you meant to be, you know you can't glow. Oh, you can't enter glow. They called you when you didn't really know. So, I come back to show, walk beside me, and then you will glow. Most I, yeah, star, deep blue in the deep sea, avatar. Come back, know like who you are. Sweet like a star, this bring though you know who you really be. One with the free, back on the tree. One with the bee, one with the bee, put you back on the tree. The light be free, be free. Check out the artwork by myself. It's like a soundtrack for a documentary my Reggie was meant to make. Like I said. Guineas.
Like the genie.
What?
Like the genie.
What?
I'm gonna do me.
What?
I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna get my stone off my chest. Try my best to express when I was not righteous and I'm possessed by the demons. While in deep sleep dreaming, then I'm walking, suddenly scheming. How we got in, type individual, just for denying the mystical, highly spiritual. Try sabotage my character to stop me talking about me. And I would and wish what happened to me. Not I'm an enemy. No mercy, no empathy, no sympathy for humanity. Take away your liberty. Try to step into the sun from shining. Powerless appealing to be almighty in the matrix. Racing like it was the grand pricks. No, they're just grand pricks. We try no grand tricks. Make you forget the truth. And hate Hashem, Yahshua, HaMashiach, Elohim, Elohim, and the colour green, nature theme. And just weed smoke that gets you lean. You gotta come back pure 100% soul and mind clean. Heart being lighter than a feather. Float in love, the most size forever.
Check out my SoundCloud, we can't get
If you
through.
believe in the dead God, you're already dead. I believe in the word, call of gold, I call of green.
Check out the SoundCloud. I think you've got the instrumental on there too.
Yeah.
A-Star.
Last Star 13 and A-Star Productions.
Bigging up Master Shah 13.
TLC.
Okay.
Private.
There's a little snippets, man.
Yeah. Like the water bitters flowing. Got the honey glow.
Check out Western SoundCloud.
Truth always knowing. Hashem, the truth
coming.
dish. Coming hard like I came from a new era, a new zone, deeper than you never know, the unknown. And yeah, I'm from before. I came from another planet, but I can't manage. So to bring damage on the news, Hashem, bringing damage to them. We won't for them. I get served up with them. Have a bit of it, making man sacrifice to get them. So I'm flirt, fire pools with all of that. Do you cool, sink holes in the ground, taking out the towns.
Yeah, and if you want a version, I got a better version. SoundCloud version. Next.
I'm from a place.
Bigging up A-Star.
Everything's moving fast. No one doesn't want to listen. Everyone thinks that they're right. No one wants to look within. Self-reflect. See how their actions can affect other people. A-Star. It's crazy out here.
Oh, it's so hard, it's so frustrating. People don't understand the picture that I'm painting. People still be waiting. Instead of getting right, it's time to get right and rise up the vibrate from right inside. It's down to the cloud, breath. Dive deep to the soul, to the deep breath. Raise up the vibration, meditation. It's our jars and jars and triple. Rasta 13 and
A-Star.
Productions. 13 Love, TLC, Private Community. Yeah. Love the most eyes, Elohim, Necrons, Netters, picking up all the listen, yeah, pick up all the knackers, the guineas, unlock your codes like the hidden chimney. Look, you wouldn't be me, my life is hard, man, living in a 3D. Had to wake up and move straight up to 40, 50, back home, straight like graffiti. Straight in the most ice truth like graffiti. No, they can't stop that demon, they can't defeat me. I defeat the demon, just I raise the heat, G. I raise it up, man, my crew really back me. That's what I'm saying, back just exactly. Get back on point and just sit there, listen, sit there, sit still, take the pill, in the meat, keep the place, the place.
I want to leave you some action, man.